जय जगन्नाथ आपण माने हठात किना पचारिबे निश्चित भाव वॉइस कहीं बढ़ीगला ताहा होची ए जो माइक्रोफोन टी हस्तरे मु धारण करछि ताहा वर्तमान पर्यंत अन होई नतले निश्चित भाव में कहि परिबी गोटे कथा जतिकी परिमाण रे आपणकर भाषा प्रीति बा संस्कृत प्रीति अछि बंधु आमे जो माने भौगोलिक परिसीमा भितरे ओडिसा रो रहउछु आम प्रीति नाही ताहा बहु परीक्षित आपण जदि कोनोसी एफएम रेडियो ओडिसा रे सुनिबे ताहा आपण को गोटा भिन्न स्वाद दबा आपण हठात बुझी परिबे नाही जे को भाषा रे ये भद्र महिला जनक कथा होछु फिलहाल ढेर सारा खत आम पाखे आसी पहुंची अरे बेकू फिलहाल ढेर सारा खत ये कौन उड़िया से गोटे अद्भुत भाव में खेचड़ी भाषा है ढेर सारा तो आमर हूँ सब कथार ढेर सारा आउ जो गुड़ाक मोर गोटे भाषा तो ओडिया भाषा गोटे ता साथे विभिन्न जगह भाषा बदली जाए अद्भुत भाव में
Honorable and beloved Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, our other dignitaries, our friends from the media, and each and every one of you who've taken out the time to join us here on this momentous occasion. Thank you so much. Let's begin this monumental occasion on an auspicious note with a prayer. We have for you the Ganesh Vandana that's presented by Biju Patnaik and team.
अनुरोध करी गणेश वंदना सहित पूज्य गणेश वंदना सहित आरंभ करूँ समस्त अतिथि मान को अनुरोध करी आपण मैंने दयाकोरी निज स्थान में बसी जातु ताहले अन्य मान को सुविधा हम ये एमती जड़े उत्तुंग पुरुषों कथा जी मंच उपर आम आसिक थोचु जो उत्तुंग पुरुष सब डिसिप्लिन विश्वास रखुते श्रृंखला विश्वास रखुते आपण मैंने श्रृंखलित हेबे मुंबईवासी ओडिया मान को पुणी थे स्वागत जणेबू विजु शतवार्षिकी कमिटी तरफ जय जगन्नाथ एवं प्रज्ञा विषय गोटे धाड़ी कहि ओडिया झील बॉम्बे एस्टाब्लिश एवं अनेक सुंदर सुंदर कार्यक्रम माने कन्नड़ पंजाबी तेलुगु विभिन्न मूवीज रे से कंठदान करके ओडिया को गर्वित करे चंदे को चाहिए ओडिया झील प्रज्ञा को पई आपन को गोटे धाड़ी धन्यवाद प्रज्ञा एवं वर्तमान गणेश।
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a lot of grace and gratitude in our hearts, we'd like to call on stage, with a lot of humility, our beloved Chief Minister for Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasya ji, Padma Bhushan Dr. Ramakanta Pandit ji, Shri Arup Patnaik ji, Dr. Santarupta Mishra ji, Shri Subrito Bab ji, and Shri Sundar Ganesan ji.
वर्तमान ये सब महत्व अतिथि मान गहन रे आमे आज निजको गौरवान्वित मन करूछु एवं पुष्पगुच्छ दे मान को सम्मानित करिबार पाए।
We would like to welcome all of our dignitaries and special guests here today with a bouquet of flowers. Can we have the bouquets on stage, please?
अतिथि देवो भवर जो कथा कह जाए अतिथि मान को देवता तुल्य ज्ञान करा जाए एवं पुष्पगुच्छ दे सम्मानित करा जाए वर्तमान अतिथि मान।
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to celebrate the launch of a book, The Tall Man, Biju Patnaik ji, a book that celebrates the man and the personality, the legend and his legacy. The fragrance of his contributions stay with us for time immemorial, and today we hope that these bouquets and the fragrance that they bring here become a small memento and a token that our guests take home with them.
ये सम्मानर कथा पर वर्तमान जो कि आम झील उत्कल कमला विलास दीर्घिका मराल मालिनी लीला चिलिका कहगला पुराण इतिहास सबुठ व्याप्त ना उत्कर्ष कलार राज्य केवल ओडिशा नुहे आधुनिक भारत में निजर अस्तित्व को सगौरव जाहिर कर उत्कल माता से मो माँ कहुई जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी से उत्कल माँ से उत्कल जननी कर वंदना आज वर्तमान एठी।
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have for you a very special presentation that showcases the heart and the soul, the pride and the glory of Odisha. A patriotic poem, the song of the soil as they call it. Can I request everyone to stand up for Bande Utkal Janani anthem?
परवर्ती पीढ़ी राजनीति बिजु बाबू को भली बहुत कम व्यक्तित्व को देखा मिले जो मैंने निज जीवदशा किंबदंती हो पड़ते लिविंग लेजेंड बिजु बाबू थे अद्भुत दूरदृष्टि संपन्न निजर विशाल व्यक्तित्व बल समस्त को से प्रभावित कर पारे कलिंग साहसिकतार मूर्तिमंत प्रतीक झड़र ईगल ये माटीर मूर्तिका छात्रावस्था साइकल कटक को पेशा चली जाते बिजु बाबू से यात्रा हो कलिंग एयरलाइंस प्रतिष्ठा हो इंडोनेशिया स्वाधीनता संग्राम रे असाधारण व्यक्तित्व वीरत्व प्रतिदर्शन हो बा ओडिशार विकास और स्वाभिमान नेतृत्व हो किंबा जातीय राजनीति रे निजर प्रभावशाली भूमिका हो सबु क्षेत्र में बिजु पट्टनायक छाड़ी जाइछथि निजर गोटे असामान्य छाप अभुला अपासरा केवल शारीरिक उच्चता नुहे जीवन सबु क्षेत्र में आकाशर सीमा को छुईबार स्पर्धा रखिथिले से वास्तव में जड़े उत्तुंग पुरुष द टॉल मैन ताको समय एवं ताको वर्तमान से पाल्टी जाइछथि ओडिशा और ओडिया स्वाभिमान स्पर्धित परिचय सारा भारत और भारत बाहर मध्य प्रत्येक ओडियार स्वाभिमान और गौरवर प्रतीक बिजु पट्टनायक आधुनिक खारबल बिजु पट्टनायक झड़र ईगल बिजु पट्टनायक जय बिजु पट्टनायक जय जगन्नाथ.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that all of us have been waiting for, can I kindly request our dignitaries to step up towards the center of our stage, led by the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, to unveil and reveal the cover of the book, The Tall Man by Biju Patnaik. To our guests, can I request you to stay forward for a few more minutes? We've got a book for each and every one of you there. Can we have the books on stage, please?
The Tall Man Biju Patnaik पुस्तक समर्पण ये उत्सव मुंबई वासी तरफ को सुंदर प्रयास Tall Man Biju Patnaik प्रकृति आकाश को छुआ बिजु पट्टनायक झड़र ईगल बिजु पट्टनायक ये प्रकृष्ट श्रद्धांजलि धन्यवाद समस्त वरेण्य अतिथि मानक.
Minister of Odisha, Honorable Shri Shubhrato Bachi, my beloved Chaurasia ji, respected Dr. Panda, respected Shri Hariprasad Patnaik, and respected Dr. Sankrupta Mishra, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to share this platform with among these eminent people on the August occasion of the release, the launch of the book, The Tall Man Biju Patnaik, on the western coast of India. 2 years back, I only knew Biju Babu as one of the chief ministers of this state of Odisha. But then, when I got interested in Kamaraj, I was researching on the great leader Kamaraj. I stumbled upon this great leader. And I found this wonderful pamphlet called the Kamaraj Plan. And I was trying to locate this material all over India, but I drew a blank. Finally, I got this pamphlet in a university library in Toronto, Canada. And to my surprise, I discovered that this pamphlet was written by Biju Babu himself. You all know, as per the Kamaraj Plan, the elderly leaders of the party, who held high positions like the chief ministers, had to resign and work with the party for strengthening the party. And a lot of chief ministers did resign. Amongst them, I was really surprised that Biju Babu also resigned when he was only in the mid-40s. And till date, I've been wondering, especially in today's context, I see that, somebody in the mid-40s wanting to resign. Biju Babu's life is connected with so many parts of the world, not just so many parts of India, like Indonesia, France, Germany, Russia, America, Tibet, China, England, and so many other places. So one had to find documents from all these places. Why the name Tall Man? Whoever I met and talked about Biju Babu, described him, the first thing that would come is, they would say, he was very tall. And also through his actions. Usually, when you write a book, you come up with a few names as title and then you zero in on one. For me, I thought, the name that first came to my mind was The Tall Man, and I stayed with it. What can be a better name for this book, for this great tall personality of Indian politics?
Mr. Shri Naveen Patnaik, dignitaries on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. We are assembled here for the launch of the book Tall Man, Biju Patnaik, in commemoration of one of the greatest Indian leaders of our times. We are here to honor Vijayananda Patnaik, the father of modern Odisha and a pillar of the democratic system of India. He is affectionately called Biju Babu by everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here to speak to you about the great life of Biju Babu beyond being a politician. All my life, I have been a fascinated student of leadership. I have looked at the idea of leadership across the spectrum, from politics to business to sports to military. I have studied the physiology, the psychology, the spirituality, and the mystique of leadership. Today, I present Biju Patnaik as a case study for decoding the essence of leadership. But before I do that, I want to frame Biju Patnaik in a context. And for that, I would like to speak about someone else, whom most of you may not have ever known. That man's name is John Fisher Burns. Burns was the London bureau chief for the New York Times for many years. But he was also posted in hot places like China, Afghanistan, Iraq, Russia during the most turbulent times. He was imprisoned in China for his reporting, set on trial and expelled. For his contributions to international reporting, Burns was called the greatest war correspondent of our times and the dean of foreign correspondence. Burns was twice awarded the Pulitzer Prize. Ladies and gentlemen, by now you're intrigued as to why I am speaking about Burns today. Indians may not know, when Biju Patnaik left the world in 2007, a man no less than Burns wrote a tribute to him in a newspaper no less than the New York Times. The number of Indians whose departure was written about in the New York Times, the #1 newspaper of the world, can be counted on fingertips. The headline of the story did not say Biju Patnaik, two-time Chief Minister of Odisha. It did not say he served the Union Cabinet. It didn't say he belonged to this political party or that. New York Times, in a tone of respect and solemnity, simply said, Biju Patnaik, 81, daring pilot patriot of India.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, Pujya Sri Hariprasad ji, my distinguished colleagues on the dais, my distinguished friends, ladies and gentlemen in the audience. I know it's a bilingual function. I'll speak for a few minutes in English, then I'll perhaps switch to Odia. Please bear with me. Thank you, organizers, for this honor, singular honor, for inviting me here. Sri Biju Patnaik became first time the Chief Minister of Odisha in 1961, long before I was even born. So what can I believe that it's such a blessing, such an honor to be here to say a few words about him. I do not know what to say. As I was coming here, sir, I was asking myself, why am I here and who am I? I do not have a political affiliation, at least not yet that I know of. But at the same time, I'm here. I'm here, then the answer came to me, I'm here because I'm a proud Odia. I'm proud culture and what Odia represents and the kind of tall leaders that state gave to this world. I'm also a pining Odia. An Odia that has been out of Odisha for 33 years who keeps pining to remain connected with his motherland. And I'm a pining Odia. And of course at the same time, I believe I'm a grateful Odia. Because if at all whatever I have achieved today little, and many of you have achieved that, is because of what the air and water of that land gave us, and I'm a grateful Odia. And of course I'm here also is because I am a great admirer of excellence and leadership that our late Chief Minister and tall leader, Sri Biju Babu, represented for all of us. But I'm honored that in Biju Babu's birth centenary, there have been 2 occasions. Today I'm connected with that event. And last year, sir, I invited you to inaugurate the Aditya Birla Public School in Bhubaneswar on 5th of March, and you were kind enough to do that. That was my second connect with this centenary celebration, and I'm grateful. But before I start saying anything more, let me congratulate Honorable Chief Minister for being nominated and awarded as the best Chief Minister of India. Congratulations. I have been a student of behavioral science, political science, psychology, economics. And often the question has come to my mind, are we a product of nature or a product of nurture? Honorable Chief Minister, sir, you had both nature and nurture from your parents. We get all of that from our parents. But perhaps with nature and nurture, you added something called nouveau. Your new approach to politics, your new approach to people, your new ideas created your 3 terms. And I think that nature and nurture, you built quite a lot beyond that. And I hope you continue to do that. My family, even though I have not known personally the Honorable Chief Minister, but my family has a long connection with Honorable Sri Biju Patnaik ji. My father's elder brother was editor of Kalinga newspaper. And that goes back to many, many years. And I have 2 personal stories to tell you. I had one occasion to see Biju Babu from close quarters, one occasion to interact with him. First occasion when I was a student of class 10 in 1977. When Biju Babu had brought late Jayaprakash Narayan to Cuttack, Ravinsa College Square, I waited, I remember as a young school child, 4 hours when Biju Babu would arrive with Jayaprakash Narayan, and I saw from a long distance, literally the tall man, so that he coming and hand-holding. He got off the car with Jayaprakash ji, brought him there. The next year, as he became the Steel and Mines Minister, he was a chief guest at Kendrapada College where my father was the principal. I had an occasion to interact with me. He asked me 3 questions. What am I doing? What do I wish to be? How much of mark I had got in my matriculation exam? And I can never forget the 3 questions that he asked me. So therefore, Bandhu mane, mu janibare, Odisha tinita katha varnana kariba mushkil. जगन्नाथ महाप्रभुंकर महिमा, ओडिशार कला संस्कृतिर करिश्मा एवं बिजू बाबूंकर गारिमा ए तीनटा बहुत बहुत कठिन ए विषय कहवा। बिजू बाबूंक बढ़िया महान व्यक्ति आ विशाल व्यक्तित्व या विषय जी तांकर प्रथम मुख्यमंत्री भाव जन्म होता सेवा कौन कहि परबो। किंतु मने पड़े उत्कलमणि गोपबंधु कहिथिले पुण्य जन्म माटी पुण्य देवालय उद्धरिबा पाए कले तनुक्षय मानव जीवन होई सफल ये महादीक्षा कि बुझिबा उत्कल जदि गोटिए जन नेता जे बुझी पारिथिले से दीक्षा नहीं थिले से दीक्षा एवं ओडिसा को साकार करिबा पाए काम करथिले से होचंती बिजू बाबू आ तार सब आपण माने चलचित्र जो दिखा गला तांक विषय रे सेते आपण माने देखिले।
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shriयुक्त Naveen Patnaik ji, dignitaries in the dais, all the people who have come here purely for the love of Biju Patnaik. I don't know, how I have come to be on the dais. This is something, and I've learned so many things from this book which has just been released. I didn't know so many facts. And I'll be a little personal now. I'll make some disclosures. This brings me back to my childhood and my late father, Bhuvan Mohan Patnaik. He was a classmate with Sri Biju Patnaik in collegiate school as well as Revensa College. They are very close friends. My grandfather also was a deputy collector in those times. They are extremely close friends. And in the childhood, he was, all the time I would prod him, and so many narratives, innumerable anecdotes. It was all about what he did in school, what he did in college. We have got so many photographs also, they are not here, along with my father and Mr. Biju Patnaik, they are with me. I present them. But, they were in the Revensa College football team together, captain and vice captain, both of them. And so many anecdotes. And let me tell you, whatever little I have achieved in my life, it was by hearing these anecdotes. They're all daredevilry, same thing which I read about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Veer Savarkar, Biju Patnaik. They're all nothing but daring, all daredevilry kind of people. And this had left a great impression on me. Now, another thing, when I was studying in Pyarimohn Academy till about class 6 in Cuttack. And my father took me to Sri Biju Patnaik, and on his advice, I was uprooted from Cuttack and I was sent to Rajasthan, Mayo College. And there people didn't know much about Odisha. And the only connect was again this, like he said, Jagannath Puri and this legendary surname which I had. Oh. So that's how they said, this Biju Patnaik's Odisha. Yes, I said yes. That's how they could connect in that place. Now one more, as I said, I would be recounting one or two instances. I was posted here in the early 90s in Bandra, this area as a young DCP. I got a call from Sri Biju Patnaik that Arup, you and your wife should come to Taj Hotel in the evening. Taj Mahal Hotel used to stay in a particular room, suite. So both of them we went there. Then he took everyone out. He said, you will have dinner with me. Then he started recounting so many stories which I also didn't know about my father, late father, that time he had died. And to my wife, it was such an experience, such a surreal experience was that. Then the next experience which came, he used to take the phone call directly. When my younger brother Sandeep Patnaik, who later on joined the postal service, now is out, when he was to get married, I went to I made a phone call. The call was directly picked up by Mr. Biju Patnaik, he was the chief minister that time. He said, no, Arup, you come to my office. I said, I have got some invitation. I went to his office. Mr. Mahapatra, late Mr. Mahapatra was his secretary. He was having some meeting, he took them, he said, you all go out now. This Arup has come. Then over the intercom, he spoke to Mr. Mahapatra. He said, there is a wedding invitation. What am I doing on so and so day? So I think his secretary told him that you are having dinner with Andhra Chief Minister. So he replied on the intercom, no, let Andhra Chief Minister have dinner with someone else. I have to go to my friend's son's marriage. And he came and sat 4 hours in Panthanivas in early 90s. This was on a lighter note, before I conclude, in Maharashtra and Mumbai, many Odia friends, they tell me, we have used your name many times with the traffic people. And they have allowed us to go because of your name. So let me tell you how, I'll give a reference. In 90s, I was spearheading some little campaign against these underworld people. There was a massive move against me to get me transferred. I was almost going to get transferred. It was almost through. So newspapers were all full. But somehow it did not happen. Then the entire newspapers, they flashed that since Mr. Arup Patnaik is a relative of Mr. Biju Patnaik, he has the clout, he is unable to. So I don't think I could complain on that scope. Thank you.
Padma Vibhushan Hariprasad Chaurasia, respected Mr. Bagchi, Santrut Babu, Arup Babu, Mr. Sundar Ganesan, friends. I think Santrut Babu, you are born few years after Biju became Chief Minister, but I was lucky to be born around 6 years before he became Chief Minister. So my earliest experience was, I think I was around 8 or 9 years old. It was 1962. And I grew up in a very small village, and Biju was supposed to visit our place. Really surprised. First time in my life I was exposed to 50,000 people from the entire district, whole that subdivision people were there. And we were waiting like probably 5 or 6 hours till I think he came around 5 o'clock in the evening. So that was my first experience to Biju. For us, I think he was, always will be our heroes. And for the generations of Orias who are there, he will be always heroes. And I can say that some of the Orias, those who have a lot of high achieving Orias are here, Satul Babu, Arup Babu, Hariprasad, Chaurasia, myself, and I can see Bastia Babu, Harun, and a lot of Orias. All of those have achieved something in life who always still look up to Biju Babu in amazement. Look at him, that he's our hero. We still always take inspiration from him to see how a multifaceted person, everything he did, he was different. He was different. He did way beyond what others could do. He could think about the state where nobody could think anything about the state. So always, for us, he will be always our hero. He will be always something we look upon to him and try to achieve something what he achieved. If any one of us, all of us can achieve in a fraction of what he has done in his life for the state, our state will be way better than what it is.
Adani Naveen Babu, Chief Minister of Odisha, I'm a special guest on the dais. ମୁଁ କେବେ କଥା କହୁନି ଏମିତି But I remember when I was 20 years old and I was first time invited by Kalinga Tube friends to perform over there. And first time I saw Biju Babu sitting on the ground, his own company. He was the boss, but he's sitting on the ground and everybody was sitting on the chair. Really, I went and touched his feet, my goodness, a great man. And he's the owner of Kalinga Tubes and he's sitting on the ground and all the staff, they said, you sit over there, enjoy music. And I was playing and somebody said in my ear, don't cross the time, huh? Just try to accommodate your timing, whatever you have given, otherwise he will come and slap you. I will never forget, believe me or not, then I was just sitting at back and watching my But I tell you, he inspired me so much, he put in his hand in his pocket and got, few hundred rupees and gave it to me in my pocket. And I was getting 160 rupees from All India Radio. And I got so much money, I was so much inspired, believe me or not. First time I was playing a concert and then he said, whenever you like, you come and play over here for my staff and for me, and whatever you like, you take over from over here. And he used to love my music and used to love me a lot. And then I got a small place in Odisha because of him. And he said, may I come sometime whenever I feel a little bit tired or something? I said, sir, this is yours. And he used to come and used to sit by me with my students. In Unit 6, there was a small place, Vrindavan Gurukul. And he used to come and he used to really inspire me and eat little bit and tea and that's all and enjoy and go. I will never forget, I have never seen such a music lover. एमतिया माने म्यूजिक ताको भलो पाइबा तापर हमको इंस्पायर करला एटा सब कुछ बड़ा था that gave me so much strength and then slowly I became well known as a musician. Otherwise before that I was just doing a job as a stenographer but nobody knows about it. And I will never forget him. And then he promised me that I will give a beautiful place over here, do a Gurukul according to your dream and will help you a lot. And really, believe me or not, he was trying and then suddenly I heard that he died. I was away somewhere playing a concert. But then I told Naveen Babu that this was a promise, can you do me a favor? Okay, we'll do everything. And I have got a beautiful place over there in Odisha. Vrindavan is beautiful. Because of this blessing, I will never forget. Thank you so much.
ଅଛନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରନ୍ତି ପ୍ରଜାନୀତିରେ। ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକଙ୍କ ସୁଯୋଗ୍ୟ ସନ୍ତାନ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଲୋକପ୍ରିୟ ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଆମ ହିରୋ ଶ୍ରୀଯୁକ୍ତ ନବୀନ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବେ।
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji.
मान्यवर विशिष्ट व्यक्तिगण पंडित हरिप्रसाद चौरसिया, डॉक्टर रामाकांत बांदा, श्री अरूप पटनायक, श्री सुब्रत बागची, डॉक्टर संतृप्ता मिश्रा, श्री सुंदर गणेशन, मुंबई रो प्रिय भाई और भोनी माने एवं स्वाधीनतार 4 वर्ष पर 1951 रे when Biju Babu was only 36 years old, was only 36 years old, सेते बेले से कलिंगा न यूनेस्को पुरस्कार आरंभ करी थिले। पॉपुलराइजेशन साइंस बाय 1000 पाउंड पुरस्कार 1951 रे उड़ीसा रो जॉनी यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर इंटरनेशनल लेवल रे ए बॉडी एक प्रेस्टिजियस अवार्ड आरंभ करिबा किछि कम कथा नुहे। ए हा सेते बेले ऑल्टरनेट नोबेल प्राइज पथिला उड़ीसा को उड़िया जाति को तथा तेलंगाना गौरव पाई तांकर भलो पाइबार तुलना नहीं। से चाहूले उड़िया माने जाऊँ थाए थांतु से माने उड़ीसा माटीर सम्मान वृद्धि करंतु नाम आनंतु। आपण माने मोर प्रिय उड़िया भाई और भोरी माने मुंबई रे आपण मानो को नाम सुननी मोते बेसी बहुत खुशी लागुची। बिजू बाबू एहा ही चाहूले एथिपाई से सारा जीवन काम करिछंती। कलिंगार पूर्व गौरव फेराई आनिबा एवं उड़ीसा को श्रेष्ठ करिबा पाई हमरो कलेक्टिव एफर्ट हेबो तांकर प्रति शास्त्र श्रद्धांजलि। Cutting across regions, ideologies and age groups, what brings us together this evening is the respect and love we have for Biju Babu. In my view, Biju Babu is an idea in continuity, an idea of realizing the breadth of human aspirations, an idea of Uriya self-esteem, selfless service and empowerment, an idea that was much ahead of its times, that we live forever and continue to inspire generations to come. To capture the tall man in 180 pages is nearly impossible, and Sundar has traveled across the globe to curate this monumental book on legendary Biju Babu, a proud Odia and at the same time a global citizen. I thank Future Books for making the tall man available across the globe through Amazon and Flipkart. Biju Babu transcends the ordinary boundaries of definition. I thank Mr. Bagchi for his insightful comments on the tall man. Shri Bagchi, through his volunteerism, is doing a commendable job in empowering Odia youth and transforming lives. Biju Babu is proud. The book is a commemoration and a tribute Seeing the enthusiasm and involvement of all of you here in Mumbai would have surely gladdened the heart of the tall man himself. Thank you, Mr. Mishra, for your kind words. I understand Shri Biju Patnaik has played a major role in organizing this program. Thank you, Mr. Patnaik.